Hey, hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing? That song, I haven't played that song in a long time, and I particularly love that song. Hey, Organics. Shit, I forgot last night. I'm so sorry. It was so late. I had to go to bed. I'm so sorry. Oh no. Goodness gracious me. I'm so sorry, Organics. How are you doing today, though? I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing well, Hair Organics. No worries. Okay. I hope you're doing well. That's what matters. Cray, hey Cray, Paul Scatla, hello, hello. Alincoln, Alincoln, hey. Hello everyone. How's everybody doing? Alincoln, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Guys, this is one of those topics that I've wanted to do for a long time but just never found the right time to do it. But since I've started talking about Islam, okay, how about we talk about this now? Guys, did you know that okay, this is what I'm not quite sure of. Whether he was 10 when this happened, or I think from the information that we have, he was 13. 13 years old, sentenced to 10 years behind bars by the Muslim court in Nigeria. Why? He said something in the playground. He said something in the playground about the Prophet that somebody found offensive, took that to, of course, the adults, and outrage over a 13-year-old. He was tried as an adult because in Islam, the age the age, how they use, did you know that the age that they use to determine if you are a an adult is when you hit puberty? For the girls, is when you start your periods. When you start your periods in Islam, you are good to go. You are good to go. As for the boys, did you guys know how they check if a boy has hit puberty? They check his private parts for hair. Once hairs start to show, he's an adult. 13 years old by the Sharia courts. The outrage, it was intense. Well, guys, this is Sharia. This is Sharia. Well, hello, hello, hello. Alikil. Okay. Hey, Pandemas. Hey, hello, hello. How are you? Okay, guys. Right. Make sure to give the stream a like, give it a thumbs up, the good stuff, right? To get this out, there are people that are clamoring for Sharia. They're saying Sharia is the way forward. I have a video of a woman who she fell out with me the other day. This woman, she called me a dingbat because she wants Nigeria to have all of Nigeria to have Sharia. 12 states in Nigeria have Sharia. And I challenged her, but she said, she wants, anyway, never mind. She's the new convert to Islam, so she doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't know the Sharia law is barbaric. Ah, you know what? I think what we're going to be doing over the next few days is I want you all to see some of the cases that have been tried by this court in Nigeria. I want you to see some of the cases that have been tried or the cases that the potential cases, because a lot of the cases that went to this Sharia court, it's the people not in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, that come and say, no, this is barbaric. You all need to stop. How are we sentencing a 13-year-old boy? If that God of that religion exists, I mean, is this what he wants? Children to be jailed for speaking about a prophet? Well, anyway, guys, make sure to give the stream a thumbs up. Make sure that you share this. Let this hit the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm. I don't know how that thing works, but the algorithm, you know what I mean? Because right now, Islam is hot cake. A lot of people are, converting to Islam. They don't know anything. They don't know that their 13-year-olds can be tried under the Sharia system. 13, when we start sentencing 13-year-olds, you know that your religion is evil. You know that and this isn't a case of, this is not a case of, oh, what about the context? What about, because, they would come and say, oh, because I remember when I did a video one time, I did a video about this lady, the lady in Iran that was killed because of not wearing the hijab properly. Masa Amini. A lot of Muslims came in the comment section of my video to say this was not religion, this was culture. No, was it that particular video or it was a different one? No, it wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. It was a girl. Oh yeah, it was not Masa Amini. It was another girl that was killed for expressing her views or something along those lines. A lot of Muslims came in that chat to say to me that this was not Islam, this was culture. When everything was pointing to it being because she had walked away from Islam. Anyway, let's not waste any time.
After months of international outcry, appeal judges in this high court have changed the fate of two men convicted of blasphemy in Kano's Sharia court. 13-year-old Omar Farouk's decade-long jail sentence with forced labor was overturned. The minor was found guilty for making blasphemous comments in an argument with a friend. He was just 13 years old at the time of sentencing.
He was
While
13 at the time of
22-year-old Yahya
sentencing.
Aminu Sharif, who had been...
Now, guys, the people that are being tried under this law, these are people that are living below the poverty line. These are areas that are deprived. These are deprived areas. These are not people that are living, uh, uh, in lots of wealth. No, a lot of these people not educated at all. A lot of these people are, living in such deplorable conditions. The rich people in this particular place, the rich people, their children are not here. Their children are in countries outside, right, where there's no Sharia. So the people who get done for this Sharia law are the children of the people that are not rich. These are people that they're struggling. So when people start calling for laws, unfortunately, it's the people that are down there. Those are the ones that will get punished by said law. And you find that they are the ones, most of them are the ones crying, we want Sharia, we want. Because years ago, when we were talking about Sharia, I think when we first started, it was just about 3 states. Three states out of 30 said we want to be governed by Sharia. After the first three, then the others said, no, we too, we want it. We want it because we are predominantly Muslim. It's their children now that are getting done by the courts that they wanted. The justice system they wanted. It's their own people.
Been convicted of sharing a blasphemous song on WhatsApp, had his death sentence quashed.
Okay, I'm going to do the other gentleman. Well, a young boy and a young man were tried on the same day. Omar Farouk, the 13-year-old, was sentenced to 10 years in jail. The other man, Yahya Aminu, Yahya Aminu was sentenced to death. Do you know why he was sentenced to death by this Sharia court? Do you know why? He wrote a song. Yahya Aminu is a Muslim. He is a Muslim man. A Muslim man wrote a song, is a musician. He wrote a song, and in his song said, such and such person, I don't know, one of the top people, I think a celebrity that he adored. He said, that man is great. And that man is greater than even the prophet. That was all he said. That man is greater than the prophet of Islam. That was what he wrote in his song. He got the death sentence for that by the Sharia court. Can you imagine that? I'll come back and do that video. But this one is about the child sentenced by Sharia in the name of Islam. Wow.
Authorities say he will be retried in the state's Islamic courts.
One was a complete victory. The second was a technical victory. In that the young man will not be killed and will have a fair day in court.
Kano is just one of 12 Muslim majority states in the north of Nigeria that practices Sharia law alongside the country's secular legal system. Only Muslims can be tried in the country's Islamic courts. When news spread about the case last year, angered locals took matters into their own hands and burnt down Sharif's home. Farouk's parents disassociated themselves from the 13-year-old because of the stigma of.
Can you guys hear this? Hey, guys, please listen to this. This young boy, when the community heard that he said something about the prophet, do you know what they did? They went to his home and burnt down his home. How dare you speak about our prophet? Even his parents distanced themselves from him, the 13-year-old. So listen, let me play that again. 30. Guys, do you remember when you were 13 years old? What were you doing when you were 13 years old? What can you remember when you were 13 years old? What was going on for you at that age? And here we have a young lad. Allah needs to be protected from the words of kids. Exactly. Exactly.
Only Muslims can be tried in the country's Islamic courts. When news spread about the case last year, angered locals took matters into their own hands and burnt down Sharif's home. Farouk's parents disassociated themselves from the 13-year-old because of the stigma of the conviction. The rulings had sparked global outcry. The United Nations argued his conviction violated international agreements on child welfare. while the head of Poland's Auschwitz Memorial even volunteered to serve a month of Farouk's prison sentence. Some argue that blasphemy laws in Nigeria contradict its own constitution, which is supposed to guarantee the right of freedom of expression for all its citizens.
Freedom expression. Hmm. Freedom of expression, did you say? Freedom of expression. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, hold on. Right. Okay, this is just an article. Right, let's see. A minor given 10 year or sorry, minor given 10 years in prison for blasphemy on the same day a singer was sentenced to death on similar charges. Guys, this is the state of religion, the state of this religion in this part of the world. Yet people are reverting to this religion. People. Anyway, let me read this. Okay, I can see if I can make this bigger for you all. Wait, why is it not? What's happening? Right. So at least you guys can see what I am reading here. So, minor given 10 years in prison for blasphemy on the same day. A Sharia court in the Hausawa Filin Hockey area of Kano City in Kano State, Nigeria, sentenced a minor to 10 years in prison with menial labor. Can you imagine? 10 years in prison with menial labor. I mean, a judge sat there and did this. Umar Farouk was 13. He was found guilty on the 10th of August of using foul language against God. Okay, yes, his was foul language against Allah. Hmm? When you have to defend your God from children, when your God needs protecting from children's mouth, that is a problem. That is a problem. Hmm. Oh, so he was having what? Okay, it was a foul language against God during an argument with a friend. He has been given a month in which to appeal the verdict. On the same day, singer Yahya Sharif was 22 years old, the one who was sentenced to death, the musician, sentenced to death by hanging by presiding Kadi, the judge, Aliyu Mohammed Kani, after being found guilty of committing blasphemy in a song he shared on WhatsApp. He hadn't even released the song apparently. He only just penned it, shared it on WhatsApp. Mm-mm-mm. Hey, Miss Pisani, hello, and how are you? He shared it on WhatsApp, which his accusers claimed elevated Sheikh Ibrahim Nayas, a renowned scholar from the Tijaniya Sufi order, above the Prophet Muhammad. Mr. Sharif Aminu did not deny the charges, was also given a month to appeal. In a statement derived in Abuja, the Jamiyatu Ansaruddin Atijaniya organization reportedly disowned him, described his song as blasphemous, and asserted that, contrary to reports, the Tijaniya and Sheikh Ibrahim Nayas revered the Prophet. So in Nigeria, most of the sentencing does take place in the Kano court, the Kano Sharia court. Now, from little investigation I've done, the 12 states that practice Sharia, They all do it different, apparently. It's not like it's the same. It's like different. They take parts of the Sharia. They take parts. It's not the same you would find in each state. This is what I'm finding. Eating dinner but listening. What are you eating, by the way? Uh-huh. She's eating and not sharing with us. What are you eating? What is she eating over there? Okay, so let's see. Oh, his song actually went viral. Ah, okay. As Sharif Aminu's song went viral, angry youths attempted to burn down his family home and demanded his arrest. His trial was subsequently held behind closed doors. Pulled pork sandwiches. Okay. Sounds good. That sounds good. In an earlier high flying profile case involving Tijani adherents, on the 25th of June, the Upper Sharia Court in Kano sentenced the cleric Abdul Nayas and 8 of his followers to death for blasphemy after he too was accused of stating that Sheikh Ibrahim Nayas was greater than the Prophet Muhammad. In the aftermath of the allegation, thousands of youth burnt down the court in Regia Limo neighborhood where the cleric and his followers were due to appear, while others burned down his house in Kano. The convicts were later transported to Abuja. Guys, this is another case I'm going to bring forward. This one is sad. Please listen. Please listen. On the 2nd of June in 2016, Mrs. Bridget Agbahime, a 74-year-old Christian market trader, 74 guys, the wife of a retired pastor from Deeper Life Church in Norman Island, was lynched by a mob in Kofa Wambai Market in Kano City following a false accusation of blasphemy. 5 suspects arrested in connection with the murder, including the man whose falsehoods incited the violence, were released unconditionally 5 months after being arrested. The details of this case is that this woman had a shop. She had a shop. Other people had shops nearby. And this Muslim decided he would bring his mat and come and pray in front of her shop. And she said, "Can you please not do that?" And the Muslim man insisted he was going to continue praying over there. I mean, if that was you, what would you do? This is your where you're trading. This is your place of business. And this Muslim feeling so entitled because he lives in a predominantly Muslim state decides, no, call for prayers. Okay, let's go. Let's go and grab our mats and come right in front of your shop. I mean, what will you do, guys? I don't know what happened there, but it looks like she went ahead and said things. And someone or some persons decided that that was blasphemy. And they went and got the mob and lynched this 74. When I tell you that some people are just wicked, their wickedness knows no bounds. And in a lawless country like Nigeria, 5 people arrested for this case. Today, they're walking free. Today, they are walking free. Today, they're walking free. Nothing has happened to them. Are you guys still there? I don't see any comments. Hold on. Are folks still there? Are you guys I know her organics, not her organics. Miss Misani, she's eating. Is anybody still there? Or am I just talking to myself? If you all are still there, please just like a wave, hi, or something. So I know that I'm not just talking to myself. Just a sign, something. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's see. Let me continue with this. Okay. All right, Miss Masani. Okay. So it says that Nigeria's constitution guarantees the right to freedom of religion or belief. Blasphemy is prohibited. So Nigeria's constitution, this is where religion fucks people up. This is where, thank you, her organics. Religion fucks people up. Nigeria as a country in its constitution has laws within its constitution protecting the Muslim God and the Christian God. The Muslim God and the Christian God are both protected in under Nigeria's uh, constitution. While Nigeria's constitution guarantees the right to freedom of religion or belief, blasphemy is prohibited under Section 204 of the country's criminal code. In addition, 12 of Nigeria's 36 states have enacted the Sharia penal code since 1999, transforming Islam into their state religion in defiance of the federal constitution and empowering Sharia's courts to hand out such sentences as amputation for theft and execution for crimes such as blasphemy and adultery. According to the BBC, only one of the death sentences passed by Nigeria's Sharia courts has been carried out since they were introduced. Only one. Hmm. Right. Says here that the CSW's chief executive, Mervyn Thomas, is deeply disturbed by the excessive punishment. Right. I will come back and talk about Mubarak Bala again. We will talk about Mubarak Bala. This is bad. Anyway, let's go to the next article. So, for those of you wondering what is Sharia, hey Gail, good to see you and thanks for your email. I did appreciate that. And I already follow that gentleman, the one that you sent to me. I already follow him. Apostate Aladdin, I think. Yeah, he's a great one. He is definitely. He's one of the good ones out here. So, Sharia. What is Sharia? So, Sharia law is a legal system of Islam. It is derived from both the Quran, Islam's holy text, and the fatwas, or rulings on Islamic law issued by religious leaders. Sharia covers all aspects of life, including crime, politics, and economics. The official name for Sharia courts in Nigeria is the Sharia Courts of Appeal, which is duly recognized as a federal court of appeals under the Nigerian government, and it is the most controversial of the judicial systems. So, for some people, they've decided that we have this belief. The God, we don't know, we've never seen it. We don't know whether it is there. But we just want to live by the dictates of the God we've never seen, the God that we are not sure is there. We want to be controlled by it. This is the Sharia, because the Muslims have absolutely no evidence for the existence of Allah. They just assume there has to be somebody there, and his name is Allah. That's it. That's what they believe. You see, it says that Muslims believe the Sharia is holy because it was revealed by Allah. Allah revealed this justice system. This is Allah's revelation. Allah revealed it. Allah revealed this. Hmm. Nigeria, the most populous black country in the world, 180 million citizens, is also one of the most Islamized countries on earth. Now, this article says that Islam came to Nigeria before the Prophet Muhammad was even born through Arab traders. And I was like, hello, hello, hello. Eh? Gearwalk, please help me here. This article says Islam came into Nigeria. What does it say? Um, Islam came to Nigeria before the Prophet was even born through Arab traders that spread Islam. Hang on. I thought the religion started because of the Prophet. So, how is the religion coming to Nigeria before he is born? I'm not sure I understand this. Just out of curiosity, let's go and see. When did Islam come into Nigeria? It says Islam arrived in Nigeria in the 11th and the 12th centuries through trade, migration, and through the travels of the scholar, mystic, wayfarer along trade routes through the regions of Kanem and Bornu had been in through the regions of Kanem and Bornu had been in contact with Muslim traders as early as the 9th century. As early as the 9th century. Okay. Islam in Nigeria. Let me just have a quick look on Wiki. On Wiki, let's see, what does Wiki say? Okay, Islam is one of the largest religions in Nigeria, and the country has the largest Muslim population in Africa. Oh my goodness! In 2018, the CIA World Factbook estimated that 53.5% of Nigeria's population is Muslim. Islam is predominantly concentrated in the northern half of the region. Um, most of northern Nigeria is governed under Sharia law, while the rest of the country is governed under secular law. Merchants from North Africa and the Senegalese basin introduced Islam to what is now Nigeria during the 11th century, and monotheistic it was the first monotheistic Abrahamic religion to arrive in Nigeria. The northern half of Nigeria was historically under the rules of various Islamic states and empires. Okay, so no, there's nothing showing that. Right, Gerwalk, you put something in there. Let's see, what did Gerwalk put up there? Why has Sharia Islamic laws returned to Nigeria? So in 2000, after Nigeria's military dictatorship was defeated, a resurgent Islamic movement re-implemented. Oh, okay, Islam came. No, this is better. My goodness. Wait, let me show you this. Thank you, Gewok, for sending. I mean, like, what? I don't know if you all can see this. Ah, how can people just lie like that? Now, this is much better. My goodness. Okay. So, according to this article, uh, okay, Islam came to northern Nigeria over 700 years ago. Now, that's better. So, the Sharia codes were not enforced until the 1960s. My goodness. How can somebody say Sharia was in Nigeria before the Prophet was born? Are you okay? Why? You don't have to lie. You don't have to lie. You do not have to lie. Anyway, let's see. Right, let's show you this article here. So this article was not long after this case became, public. Sharia punishment embarrasses Nigeria. The inhumane Sharia punishments, including flogging, amputation. Listen, the people have been flogged under the Sharia in Nigeria. Hands have been amputated, limbs amputated because of stealing. Stealing of two young guys stole a bull. Two young guys stole a bull, and they had their hand chopped off by the Sharia. Okay, hold on. I think I've talked about this here before. Wait, let me show you. I'll come back and that's the guy. Well, one of the guys. One second, I'll show you. I'll show this to you now. Yeah, there we go. That's him with his. It was taken off from the wrist, from his wrist. Can you guys see it? Can you see the guy? Okay, that's him right there. So, according to the article, it's actually talking about men stoned to death for raping two teenage girls. Um, excuse me. It says there have been two amputations in the northwest, but this article was from. Let's see, what year was this? Zamfara State, which pioneered the introduction of. Okay, so Zamfara started this. Okay. Guys, people have been flogged by the Sharia courts for drinking alcohol. Since many others have been sentenced to flogging for drinking alcohol. God is so disturbed by people drinking alcohol. He sets laws that are enacted by these people. Do you guys know that these people have a whole police? The Sharia courts have their own. I think they're called Hizbah. I think they're called Hizbah. I think that's what they're called. They've got their own police. They've got their own police. Islamic traders in Nigeria as early as the 9th century, supposedly. Right, okay, that's. Can you imagine these people? Guys, also, did you guys know that it's been 10 years since the Chibok girls were taken? Did you guys know it's been 10 years that those girls were taken? 10. I, I saw that and I thought, no, it can't be. It's been 10 years. Hold on. Let's see. Chibok girls. Yeah. 10 years since the Chibok girls were taken. Hold on. Let's show you. It's been 10 years.
10 years after now, they are still counting those that are still missing and those that are still around. Out of
10 years.
276 that were abducted on that day, 91 are still missing. Only 185 have regained their freedom.
Bring back Rose! Bring back Rose! Bring back Ruth!
Here, civil rights activists as well as other concerned Nigerians on the 14th of April each year converge on Palomo, Lagos, to reflect on the abduction of the Chibok girls, its impact on their immediate families as they prayed for their safe return back home.
Again, it's a failure of security. It's a failure of the information gathering system, which is tied around both civil and military security, judicial structures.
So sad a moment is the fact that the 48 parents of the Chibok girls since their abduction were said to have died while waiting for their wards to return home. One of the freed Chibok girls said 18 of their colleagues died while they were still in captivity. This 10th anniversary is another reminder, according to the participants here, for the authorities to do the needful as they gave a 10-point demand.
The government is no longer engaging with the family, not the community. There are those of them that dropped out of school for different reasons. For them to go back now that they're ready, there's no point of contact for them to say, okay, I'm ready to go back to school. Who's going to fund it? Over the last 10 years, about 1.5 billion naira has been allocated to the Chibok girls. We've asked the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs twice with a freedom of information request, and they've not responded either time. So the point is, if you're really engaged and concerned about the girls, if anybody is asking about the welfare of the girls, you should be willing to provide information.
These lucky survivors, no doubt, have everything to be grateful for as they urge their colleagues.
These are some of the girls that escaped. It's been 10 years. 10 years. Can you believe this? Oh, man. Just.
Colleagues still held under captivity to stay strong and not to lose hope.
So the message I have for some of my colleagues that are still in captivity, they should stay still, they should stay strong, they should hold God. One day, one time, they will be released like us too. The day that we were kidnapped, my leg broke.
Did you guys hear her? The message that she has for her colleagues. They should call God. They should call God. You mean the God that watched them be in captivity for 10 years? The same one that watched them being taken into captivity. Now they should call him. Okay, I guess that's what she believes. To just call God.
So I struggled with it in the forest, and when I came back, I undergo surgery 4 times before I can be able to walk normally. So after that, I started schooling, and due to embassy situations, I couldn't get opportunity to travel back again, so my school is on pause.
For now, they have resorted to prayers and they hope for spiritual intervention.
You see, 10 years on, they're still praying. Oh, 10 years. They're still praying to God. My heart breaks. I'm so sorry. It just, there are no words. 10 years. Did you know that some other girls were kidnapped recently? Did you know that? That some other girls were kidnapped recently. While they're praying, more girls are being kidnapped. Hold on, see if I can find that article. Just 1 second, let's see. Not sure if. Okay, this article is in this is it was in the news. It says gunmen have attacked a school in Nigeria's northwest region, seizing at least 287 pupils in a mass abduction in West African nation in less than a week. Authorities had earlier said that there were 100 pupils taken hostage, but the head teacher said it's about 287. So more children have been. So it says here. So just so you know that this is not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. Abduction of students from schools in northern Nigeria are common and have been a source of concern since 2014, since Chibok, when Islamic extremists kidnapped more than 200 schoolgirls in Borno State's Chibok village. In recent years, the abductions have been concentrated in northwestern and central regions where dozens of armed groups often target villages and travelers for huge ransoms. So this is something that happens all the time. Happens all the time. Well, guys, 10 years on. Now, two more things to show you guys, and we'll be done. Two more things, and we'll be done. Just two more things, and we'll be done. Where did that article go? Right, this is it here. So when that young boy was sentenced by Sharia, there was outrage. People said, how? This is a contravention of the human rights. He's a child. You think that the Sharia courts, you think they were interested in hearing anything anybody has to say, because this is their God. This is their God law. They were not listening. People, they said, no, no, no. This man here, Auschwitz site head, offered to share this young boy's jail term. In fact, he was saying people should come together. Everybody, you take 1 month, you take 1 month, you take 1 month of this boy's jail term. That's him right there. He said he was ready. He was ready to take the what you call it. He was ready to serve some of the young boy's sentence, because he said this is evil. This is barbaric. How can anyone do this? But thankfully, I don't think he didn't have to do any of that. I don't think, because they finally threw the case out. They threw the case out. But my people, just to tell you how bad these people can get, the Sharia court, after much pressure from the international community, they pressured and pressured. Eventually, they said, okay, enough. Do you know, the people said that boy must not come back home. That boy must not come back home. If he comes back home, we will take matters into our own hands. I'm telling you. The people said, bring him back and we would take matters into our own hands. Do not bring him back. So, a country which is unknown. So, if anyone is asking where the young boy is now, granted amnesty. Himself, his entire family had to be moved out of Nigeria. The country promised to sponsor him all the way, all his studies to university and all this and that. They took them and they changed their names, and they've given them immunity. What do you call that? Where they take you and then your name becomes private. Nobody, yeah, that sort of thing. Because there were people waiting to do justice against him. They were ready to lynch a 13. When your community wants to lynch a 13-year-old. Okay, my people, on a final note, let me do this here. So, before anyone comes along and says, this is not Islamic, this is not from the Quran, this is not Quranic, let me prove to you that even in the Quran, there are worse things in the Quran. Right. So this is Quran. What number are we on? Quran 18. Quran 18 from verse 74. So they proceeded, that's Surah from verse 74 now. So they proceeded until they came across a boy. Moses and another guy, I don't know what his name is, but Moses and the man, they proceeded, and the man took out the young boy. Young boy, it says. They came across a boy, and the man killed that boy. Moses protested, have you killed an innocent soul who killed no one? You have certainly done a horrible thing. Right? Moses recognized this. He answered, did I not tell you that you cannot have patience with me? Moses replied, if I ever question you about anything after this, then do not keep me in your company, for by then I would have given you enough of an excuse. So they moved on until they came to the people of a town. They asked them for food, but the people refused to give them hospitality. There they found a well ready to collapse. So the man set it right. Moses protested. If you wanted, you could have demanded a fee for this. He replied, this is the pattern of our ways. I will explain to you what you could not bear patiently. As for the ship, it belongs to some poor people working at sea. So I intended to damage it. For there was a tyrant king ahead of them who seizes every good ship by force. The next verse. As for the boy, listen to this, guys. The person speaking is the one who killed that boy. He says, listen to the reason why the Quran says this young boy was killed. As for the boy, his parents were true believers, and we feared that he would pressure them into defiance and disbelief. That's why they killed the boy. This is Quran 18, 74 to 80. They have, this is the Quran. A young boy was killed because it says, as for the boy, his parents were true believers, and we feared that he would pressure them into defiance and disbelief. Hence why he was taken out. Yes. Can you imagine? So for those people saying, oh goodness, it's not Quranic, it's not Islamic, it's not, no, it's the context. You see, I read it all so you guys can understand the context. It just says, look at it. It just says he just stumbled, just there's nothing the boy did. He just killed him. Hold on, let's see. Where's the he just killed him, just like that. Where's the thing? Where did the article go? Okay. Here. 74. You see here. So they proceeded until they came across a boy. They were going. These people were on their way. They proceeded and they saw a boy. And the man killed him. Moses then protested, have you killed an innocent soul who killed no one? You have certainly done a horrible thing. Can you imagine? This young boy taken out. He just sees the boy, just takes him out. And why? As for the boy, his parents were true believers, and we feared that he would pressure his parents. Guys, trust in the wisdom of the deity. Hey, you sure the deity has any wisdom? Are you sure the deity has any? In fact, people always say, "Oh, go and look for the tafsir of that verse." You know what? Let's look for the tafsir of that verse. Is it tafsir they call it? I want to see what the context really is. The tafsir Quran. Let's see. I wouldn't know what to type. Hold on. Tafsir, right? Let's see. Is it Tafsir they call it? Tafsir of 18. Right. I think we get better. Okay. Let's see. Okay, right. You get better information here. Okay, right. Let's make this bigger. Maybe we get better information here. Okay, it says we now move to the sentence. Of course, it's written in Arabic. Until when they met a boy. The word gulam in the text is used for a minor boy in Arabic language. This boy was killed by Al Qadir. He was a minor. Listen, he was a minor, as corroborated by Sayyidina Ibn Abbas and most commentators. Further, can you guys see this or no? Can you guys see this? Oh, sugar. Sorry. Sorry. I thought you guys could see. Oh no. Sorry. I thought you guys could see what I'm looking at here. You guys cannot see? Oh, sugar. What happened? Oh yeah, there we go. Right. This is right. So it says we now move to the sentence until they met a boy. Right? The text, the word gulam is used is a text in the text is used for a minor boy in Arabic. This boy was killed by Al Qadir. He was a minor. Further on, when the words innocent person were used for him, that too supports the view that he was a minor. The reason is that Zakia means free of sin, and it can either be the attribute of a prophet or a minor child who faces no accounting for what is done by him, and no sin is written in his book of deeds. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Right. Well, guys. So, in case anyone is asking, what happened? What happened? No, this is not. This is not Islamic. This is not. This is very, very Islamic. They took out the young boy because he would go on to deceive his parents to leave the faith. Can you imagine? Let's see. Let me see the next ayah. Okay, that's it. Anyway, guys, this young boy sentenced to 10 years, a 13-year-old. Thankfully, he is safe. No one knows where he is. It could be anywhere in the world. It could be right next door to you. I don't know. They did not tell us what country he's been to. He's gone to, which is a good thing. But when your religion starts sentencing children, you have a problem. When the God of your religion is perturbed by children, that is, I don't know what. I mean, how do you what do you say? He's just. How can he be just and taking out little kids? How can he? Huh? The the West has sanitized Islam and that barbaric Bible. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm. They can do all that, but it still doesn't change anything. The things that they cannot take away from the text. Reading all the ayahs give more context about what is happening. Exactly. You have to read the context. They keep saying context, context, context. You've got to read the context. And so this the Muslims will not be outraged because they subscribe to this. They subscribe to this idea. Anyway, my people. Yeah. So this is, like I said, this is my Islam phase of going into Islam, right? Picking up, guys. There's tons more stories, tons more. It's another gentleman who he 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 killed his own parents, both of them. He killed his own parents because of his religion. I think he's in his 40s, early 40s, the guy is. And this happened about a year, 2 years ago, I think. For the prophet, took them out. Can you imagine your parents, both of them, taken out? So, folks will do all manner of things in the name of God. Exactly. Exactly. The God belief. Fear the God belief. Fear it. Just stay away. Anyway, my people, I'm going to love and leave you. And yeah, please do not forget to give the stream a thumbs up. Right, let's see. Where is my thumbs up? Okay, here. Please do not forget to give the stream a thumbs up. It helps. If you are not subscribed, please make sure to subscribe. I'm going to have many more content, many more stories coming out of Africa, coming out of Nigeria, coming out of these parts about Islam, Christianity, and all these things. Guys, thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You think you remember that? Which one? Which one? Which one do you remember, Miss Masani? The one the one who killed his parents, killed his mom and dad for the prophet. ah, who convinced you to kill your parents for you? Whoever did that to you really damaged you. Oh, he did, yeah? Okay. Right. Okay. Enjoy. Thank you so much. It's midnight here. It's already midnight here. So it's not evening. It's midnight. I posted Aladdin. You know what? I will go and check that out. I need to check it out. I need to check it out. I thought you about your statement. I thought you said God, God to see you. I was thinking that was God, but never mind. Anyway, everybody, good night. Good night, everyone. Yes, like and subscribe. Yes, do like and subscribe. Okay, guys, ready to dance? You ready to dance, everyone? Okay, here we go.